As an artist, maker, or creative small business owner, maybe you've been told you need to be doing email marketing, but you're not totally convinced and you're not sure how to get started. I got you. In this video, I'm going to cover some email marketing tips for beginners, as well as some stats about why you really do need to be using email. Quick note. This video series was originally created as part of a beta version of the Badass Creatives Marketing Accelerator. As you can see, I am moving all of my educational content from that program over here to YouTube so you can watch it for free. But the new version of the Badass Creatives Marketing Accelerator will still include a mentorship, support from me, and a community of other badass creatives, artists, makers, and creative business owners. So if you want to learn more about the program and get on the wait list for when enrollment reopens, head over to badasscreatives.com. Okay, now let's get into the video. So you might be wondering, why do I need to do email? Maybe you're even like, oh my God, I hate email, right? Here's the thing. Email works. It's really effective. And even if you hate email marketing, that doesn't mean that your customers hate it. They might want to receive updates from you. And if they do, they are much more likely to buy your products than some random person who's never heard of you before. And you're not your customer. So even if you hate email, I hope that I can convince you to get on board and the magic of what email can do. So email has higher conversion rates than social media and search engine marketing combined. That's not to say that social media and search engine optimization or, running ads, things like that, like all those things have value. But the reason why email marketing is so valuable is because of the lifetime value of a customer. A person who is getting email from you has opted in. They have said, yes, I want to continue to receive updates and information about you and your products. Because they've already said yes in one small way, they're much more likely to continue to say yes to buy more products from you than some person who's not familiar with you, right? It's much easier to make a sale from somebody you've already made a sale to before than it is to try to convince somebody to take that action of making a purchase for the very first time. When we can continue to nurture those existing customers through things like email, that can really, really be valuable. The other thing is more people are likely to see your emails than your social media posts. Again, social media is great and fine, but I'm sure we've all felt the struggle of feeling like we are screaming into the void when we're posting on social media. Now, let me show you some stats. On Facebook, on average, the number of people that are going to see your post is only about 5% of your audience. So if you have 2,000 Facebook fans, your post on average would be shown to around 104 people, which is so tiny. And then of those 104 people that will even see your Facebook post, only a couple of people are going to engage with it, like it, comment, share. On Instagram, it's a little better. Around 16% of people that follow you in total will probably see your post. So if you have 2,000 Instagram followers, your post might be shown to 320 people, with maybe 94 of those people engaging, liking, commenting, sharing. It's not great, right? Email has a much better open rate and potential for people to see what you are sending them. Open rate is where we got this big pie chart number, right? So independent artists, writers, and performers as a whole have one of the highest average open rates when it comes to email. These are the types of people, you are the types of people that other people want to support, that they want to hear from, that they want to open those emails. If you have 2,000 email subscribers, which sounds like amazing, right? Wouldn't it be amazing to have 2,000 email subscribers? The majority of those emails would hit the inbox. That's called deliverability rates. You're probably going to have a pretty high deliverability rate if you've actually collected valid, accurate email addresses from people. And then more than 600 people on average are going to be opening any given email, which is a much better number than what we just saw from Facebook and Instagram. With email, you have direct access to communicate with your customers. This is also important because things come and go, right? You remember MySpace? There's been so many social media platforms that have come and gone and changed over the last decade and 20 years, right? The internet changes faster and faster. And so if you are building your business empire on somebody else's property, if you are relying mostly on Facebook and Instagram to reach your customers and you can't communicate directly with your customers, if the algorithms change on those social media platforms, people get their social media accounts hacked or something like that. There's so many possible things that could happen that are out of your control on somebody else's social media platform. So that's one of the reasons why it's really, really important to have a way to directly communicate with your customers. So when we think about email marketing, it's important to remember that it is permission-based. People have to opt in or give you permission to receive your messages. This is important not only because it's just good customer service and just good communication, but there's also legal reasons. So in the United States, we have a law called CAN spam. There's a similar law in Canada, and in Europe, they have a law called GDPR. And these all have different rules, but basically they exist to protect people's privacy. And when it comes to email, one of the main things to remember is that you should only be emailing people who have given you permission to receive email from you, right? They've said, yeah, I want to receive email from you. So email marketing also needs to be mobile friendly. It needs to be easy to read on your mobile phone. At least half of all emails are now opened on a mobile device. I know this is definitely the case for me. I'm sure it's probably the case for many of you. Most people are going to delete an email if they can't easily read it and access it on their mobile phone. 80% of users, in fact, were surveyed as saying that they'll just delete the email if they can't easily open it up and read it on their phone. It's also important to think about dark mode. So now that we are using things like iPhones and mobile devices more and more, there's also dark mode on desktop computers. So if you're not familiar with what this is, it basically looks like this screenshot here. So this is a side-by-side example of the same email, just on a regular view on a phone or on a desktop computer, and what it might look like if somebody has dark mode turned on. So whether they're using dark mode at night only, or maybe they just prefer it, you want to make sure that emails would look good in either view. And most modern email marketing platforms will offer you tools to test this, make sure it looks good on all the different devices, whether it's the regular mode or the dark mode. When it comes to email, one thing to keep in mind is just you always want to test your email messages on multiple devices, including desktop and mobile, dark mode if possible, before sending them out. Just make sure everything looks good, is easy to read, and looks like you want it to.